Hello, good day. It's Fallon, aka Amor'eThePoet, pound 24. How is everybody doing today? Happy Mother's Day to those of you who celebrate. Happy Mother's Day to everybody, the mothers to be, the grandmothers, the aunties, the daddies who are playing mama and daddy. Just happy Mother's Day to those of you who have lost a child. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Let's try to make the best out of today that we possibly can. I cried all night long, but I said I'm going to wake up and do this YouTube channel video because I need you guys just as much as you need me. So, today, obviously, because it's Mother's Day, I thought I would talk about the moms in my life. So for me, I had different people as a mother figure or role model at different times in my life, if that makes sense. So, of course, from a previous video, I was born to a mom who was addicted to crack, but I still held a relationship with my mother. I accepted my mom, being addicted to crack at a very young age. I don't remember the times when I did live with my mom, it being bad. She cooked, she gave me a bath every day. She tried to put soap in my mouth when I said bad words. So, she disciplined us. I never seen her do crack. I just remember her being a good mom. And even when I went to live with my grandmother, I still kept a relationship with my mother. My mother was like a different type of crackhead. I guess there's like levels to this shit because she always had an apartment. She always took a shower. She always had clean clothes, new shoes on. If I needed $5 for a bag of weed, I could get it from my mom. If I needed something to eat, if I needed a place to stay, I could get it from my biological mother. So my mom and me, we had a really awesome relationship. And we're just starting to build it back up now that she's sober because the shit changes when people go from being addicted to crack to being addicted to church. Now I got to change a little bit with you because your mindset is just different. But I still love my mom and I'm very proud of the mom she turned out to be or the person that she turned out to be overall and in general. So, the next mother figure that I had was the foster care mother, which wasn't a great situation. I learned that mamas beat the hell out of you. That's really like the only thing I learned from being in the foster home was you're going to get beat by that mother who is taking care of you. So we won't talk too much about that situation. I do have a YouTube video about foster care, and that's about that mother. So, the matriarch of the family, or the star of the show, would have to be like my grandmother. My grandmother adopted me when I was 7 or 8 years old, but I went to live with her when I was about 4 or 5 when I left the foster home. And my grandmother was like the best thing that ever happened to me. No, life was not perfect living with my grandmother. I went through a lot of traumatic stuff, like being molested and stuff like that. But my grandma never left. She stayed there. She took care of me. She didn't abandon me, you know what I'm saying? And she was just a great person. She had me in so much stuff. I don't even know how a woman could keep up with, having kids and so many activities and so many different things. Like we started off when we got with her, we did ballet. We were on the ski team, the swimming team. We did sewing lessons, keyboard lessons. Went to the park all the time. Went to action park, amusement parks, water parks. We went to Disney World. We did so much. Like as a kid, it's just unbelievable. And she did this with all 7 of her grandkids. Like we had a great kid life besides, some of the others. You take the good with the bad. It is what it is. This is life. You know what I'm saying? You just fight through it and you get through it. But there were a lot of amazing times with my grandmother. I remember Christmas parties, every year with Santa Claus. She would decorate big evergreen trees in front of our house with lights so you can see it like miles down. She made the newspaper. she made, I think, ABC 7 Channel News for taking all of her grandkids. My grandmother was a real amazing woman, and I wouldn't change being raised by her for anything in the world. I love my grandma to death, even though that was not our vow, death do us part. I really loved my grandmother. I left my grandmother when I was 17 years old, and I was 3 months pregnant with my son Shakur, and I moved from New York to Chicago. And the next mother figure that I had was actually my son's grandmother. So she kind of took me under her wing. You know, she helped me raise both of my children. I could always count on her. She was always there. Her and my son's father, regardless of the situation, they have my back. Until this day, like, they have my back. So she's still living. She's 90 years old now, my son's grandmother. She's still living. And I still love her to death for doing what she did for me and my children, because she's an amazing woman. She did it for a lot of her family members, help with the kids, help with the grandkids, help with the great grandkids. There might be some great greats, but I'm not sure. But you know, it's a big family. And then I am also a mother. I'm a mother of 2 children. As you all know, I lost my son, who was the one who made me mom. That's my firstborn. I lost him last year to suicide, March 24th, 2020. Um, it's being a mom is kind of a little bit difficult. Well, for me, it's a little bit difficult. I had my son at a very young age, and I wasn't ready, but I was ready because it was time, because he was coming. But I understand the saying, you know, kids having babies when they're still babies, or, you know, because you're mental. And there's a lot of things, there's nothing that I would really change but being stronger mentally and trying to teach him how to be stronger mentally, as me being a mother, because I think I did an awesome job. I, you know, try to do way more than my grandmother did, and she did a lot for me. So, you know, I give myself credit for being an awesome mom. Give yourself a pat on the back, because you are an awesome mother too. I also did play like a mother figure to my sisters. I'm the oldest of 7 girls. I did babysit every single night. I did hair. I used to get my grandmother's breaks by taking my sisters from New York to come out here for the summer and stuff like that. So, you know, I went to school to try to be a positive role model, show them, you know, like going to school, getting your education, and things like that. But for a little while, I played mom to my sisters too, because I'm the oldest, and that's just how it is when you're the oldest sibling. Um, so with that, I'm gonna read a poem that I wrote to my grandmother. Actually, when she passed away 5 years ago, 226. Um, and I wrote this poem for her because she just means so much to me. And you know, you get a poem if you make me feel really, really, really good, or you make me feel really, really, really bad. There's no in the middle for, you know, us, the crazy norms. So, this poem is written to my grandmother. Dear Nana, let me begin with saying thank you. Thank you for giving your life up to raise me. You chose not to leave me in the system so my spirit could be free. Life had a new meaning and looked so bright when I was with you. You had me in so many activities, I didn't know what to do. Birthday cakes and birthday parties every year. You were the one I ran to with all my fears. Brownies, Girl Scouts, and selling all those cookies at bingo. The matriarch in the family that kept the steady flow. Still until this day, I haven't seen anybody cook homemade spaghetti on the grill. If it was going to get done, leave it to Nana's will. Always reaching in your surroundings to give someone something. You took all the children in Kingston underneath your wing. Driving around in your Monte Carlo to your Cadillac DeVille, you took on the role of mother when that space needed to be filled. Like an owl on a perch, we could always find you on the couch, waiting for us to return from school with our books in our pouch. You said if you can't be on time, then you better be early. We could always count on Nana to make sure life had some clarity. Yard sales, garage sales, and the back of Sally's. Dropped me off at that soup kitchen and stated I'm never too good to eat with those who don't have as much as me. Lottery, scratch offs, and cigarettes kept you content most of the time. Then on the other side, trying to prevent me from committing crimes. Drama class, ballet, volleyball, the ski team, sewing lessons, piano lessons, and church every Sunday. If we were going to make it in life, Nana, you found a way. Don't act up because your pointer finger came out. Your grandkids were your priority, and there was no doubt. Action Park, Disney World, Great Adventures, and the county fair. You and your grandchildren were the perfect pair. We did more things as a child than most grown-ups. When the cup was half empty, you filled it up. Christmas parties with Santa and presents at our house. Never really complained and kept stress quiet as a mouse. Your favorite color was green, maybe because you're so down to earth. Nana, you will never know how much in my heart you were worth. Words alone can't express how much you mean to me. If it wasn't for you, who knows what would have been my destiny. You were so proud of me for going to school and becoming a nurse. You programmed me when I was little watching Trauma Life in the ER on the sofa next to your purse. You taught me how to protect my children and never leave their side. Don't try to get over on Nana because nothing was going to slide. You were in this for the long run and never left. Always there posted in your own little nest. As the years passed and I got older, I knew it was almost time for you to rest. Nana, you were perfect, righteous, and you always did your best. It's hard to let you go physically, and no longer can I see your flesh. You put up a good fight, and now it's time for the next test. An angel watching over us to make sure we hold up her name. I'm going to miss you so much, and things will never be the same. As I held you in the hospital, I knew this would be the end. The time was coming for you to transition and meet your new friend. Nana, you mean the universe to me, and I'm going to miss you so much. I just want a little bit more time with you, but everything happened in such a rush. Becoming dependent was putting a lot of stress on you. This wasn't your character, and those who knew you already knew. Nana, I'm so glad you don't have to suffer, to breathe, or be sick anymore. God called you home, and you walked through the door. Tell Jesus I said hi, and thanks for taking you home. All the things you did on earth, I can only imagine the size of your throne. Even though you've changed your address, I know we'll meet again. One day I'll be back with my Nana, just like when it first began. It's hard right now, and things are a little bit cloudy. But as the pain decreases, I will feel your spirit within me. I love you so much, Nana, and I'm still going to call on your name every day. I'll be listening out for the things you have to say. Once again, I say thank you. Thank you for giving your life up for me. Now it's your time, and you have as much fun as you want while you rest by the sea. I love you, Nana. Sincerely, from me. Love always, your granddaughter, Amor'eThePoet, pound 24. So I just want to say to everybody, you guys have an awesome Mother's Day. You enjoy this day. You enjoy every day because every day you're a freaking mother. So just do it extra big today because everybody's celebrating it and you're getting recognized for being a mom today when you should be getting recognized every day. But I'm letting you know. So I just want you to know that I continue to fight this battle with you. I'm here for you. I love you. We will get through this together. Keep your head up, soldier. I love you. Amor'eThePoet, pound 24.